Four-time All-Pro defensive end, Pro Football Hall of Famer, and co-host of Fourth and Knee, Jared Allen. How's the media podcasting world?
It's great because I just talk nonsense into a microphone, and awesome. Fred takes care of everything else. I don't. He's like, hey, people liked it or don't. I'm like, I don't really care because I don't even check it. So, but I think we got banned from Spotify for our last interview, so that was fun. They said it was something to do with music. We interviewed a guy who is really, really big in the conspiracy theory world, and it was just saying it got weird, and it was awesome.
Oh, you need to be on like an on and off the grid platform. I feel like we need it. That's I did not know that.
No, this had something to do with our intro music wasn't licensed properly. Again, Fred handles that. That's on him. We just put out stuff that most people wouldn't think about. It's just two dudes talking to random ass people.
I love that, and it's just you really just encompassed sports media altogether, just talking trash in a microphone, just like doing saying whatever you want. Nonsense. Sorry, talking nonsense in a microphone.
No, I like to say we just throw opinions out there and let everybody else form their own conclusions of what they believe is the truth.
I love that. I would like I'd like you to throw your opinion out there on your favorite or the ultimate Halloween movie. What is one that I like? I take you as like a scary movie guy.
I am terrified of scary movies. I hate them. My wife loves them, and she loves torturing me this month of October. I watched the movie Vicious last night.
What is that one?
And I had to pretend I was sleeping through the scary parts with Dakota Fanning.
Vicious. I'm looking right now.
Brutal.
The fact that you know Dakota Fanning's name makes me giggle a little bit.
Yeah, because she wasn't like a child actress, and she used to do normal stuff, and then then she got all weird.
It's got a 43% Rotten Tomatoes rating.
Yeah, because it's terrifying.
Yeah, I'm not into that. What's your favorite? If you had to watch it, with your eyes open the whole time?
Oh gosh, I'll never forget. I watched The Exorcist when I was in 6th grade.
How did that go?
I spent the whole night praying. I've never been so terrified. I had nightmares for months. My dad thought it was funny to do that, I guess. And yeah, so I don't do well with demonic type stuff.
Yeah, I get it.
Like Stigmata, all that.
Oh gosh, that was a crazy movie.
Yeah, right. Give me Hocus Pocus.
Give me Hocus Pocus. I just like that. I just like the idea of you sitting there like this while your wife is like, grow up, smacking you.
I do. I conveniently go get water right when I know some weird crap is happening. Scream was scary for me. I could barely watch Scream.
I don't think I could watch Scream. I'm not like a jump scare person. The idea that you're scared of anything is quite endearing, I must say.
You know what? I think it's just, I don't know. So, the gore, it's not about the gore. It's not about that. When you start getting into those weird psychological, so you know which one that got me too? I don't even remember the name of it. There was one growing up. It was a ventriloquist.
Oh God.
Who was also a serial killer.
Let's find the name.
And then he would, I'd never forget this one. He painted himself the same color as a brick wall. And he was hiding in this lady's apartment. And then he came out and knife murdered her in his weird ventriloquisty voice. And I'm like.
Was it called Dead Silence?
No, I don't even know. You know what? We watched another good one with the kids recently. See, again, dolls. I don't do dolls like the Tommy knockers. Get out of here with that nonsense.
Magic?
No, I honestly, I don't remember it. It was probably from back in the, no, it wasn't. No,
We're going to find it. No, I'm going to have, anything with a doll is just not okay.
See, and then
Barbie movie, Margot Robbie, you're hot, but I'm not kidding. Go ahead.
But and then when you got kids where they're not supposed to be, if for example, if I was driving down the road and I saw a little kid bouncing a ball at 11:30 at night on the side of the road, probably not stopping to ask it for help. You think
it's a bat? You think it's
yes. There's nothing good with that kid being out 11:30 at night. Yeah, it's probably Chucky. It's probably Chucky.
Okay.
That's where my mind goes, right? I'm just nope, I'm not that idiot. And you always see the people, it's always the idiot that gets killed. There's some weird random baby's voice in the woods at midnight. Let me go check it out. And get knifed in the neck. Smarter than that one. Saw that one coming.
Yeah, there's a kid needing help on the side of the road. Not Jared Allen. Not on his watch. He's not helping you tie your shoes. Find your mommy.
Smack that parent. Where's your parent at, kid? No, if it looks like it's in distress, that's a different thing. Not wearing its Sunday's church clothes. with some weird gaze in his eyes, like, nope, not happening to this guy.
When I said Labubu, I'm told by the control room that you registered that. How do you even know what a Labubu is? That surprises me.
I have kids.
Oh, I don't know. Is that like a thing? That's a kid. It's a kid's
No,
thing?
well, they like it. I think it's dumb. I don't even know there was. I mean, isn't it like just like the Marshmallow Man of our day? Isn't that what the Labubu is?
Well, I was more of the Beanie Baby generation. Excuse me, I don't know what Marshmallow Man is. What's the
You
Marshmallow?
don't remember the Michelin Marshmallow Man?
Yeah, but that was like a collectible?
No, I know they're collectibles. Okay, Beanie Babies work too. Yeah. Speaking of, my wife was a Beanie Baby collector. I think she still has them all. She might have just recently gotten them.
Sounds like at some point we need to get your wife on the phone. Was she going to be on 4th and Neat? That's the episode to drop.
No, she would never. She's not into social. She does not want to.
I like
public
her.
speaking is not her deal. But remember, again, go back to the Beanie Babies. You know how many people wasted so much time, energy, effort collecting those things, thinking they were going to be worth hundreds of millions of dollars.
Were they
and
not?
now they're not. No, they're not even worth the thread that they were sewn with.
I didn't know that. I thought they were like still a thing.
Still, then maybe I'm out of the loop, but maybe they're super rare. I just know.
Maybe your wife's holding out on you, and she's sitting on some nest egg of whatever, like Sammy the squirrel. Listen, just saying, you never know. Okay, let's talk about a little football here. This is where you can get all these gems.
Yeah, I basically just brought you into an episode of 4th and Neat. That's what I did. Now I'm going to talk about Beanie Babies.
It was a great promo. I loved it. From Labubus to the Marshmallow Man to hating ventriloquists, which are now going to be on my algorithm. I'm going to see creepy stuff all day. That's great. Last night, when you're watching, did you watch?
Which game?
Sunday night, Aaron Rodgers, your boy.
Oh no! I did. I watched. I watched clips. I watched the last seconds of it, but no.
Okay, so first quarter, messy.
I was watching Vicious, getting terribly scared.
And I love that for you. It was scary for Steelers fans, for Aaron Rodgers. In the second half, Jordan Love bested him. He had 20 straight completions. He ties Brett Favre.
I did see that. He
picks apart this what I still consider somehow it's the Steelers defense and they're the blue chip whatever. Let's start with Aaron Rodgers, since you know him a little better. You know of him, how he thinks, how he operates at least a little bit. What does a loss like this do to Aaron Rodgers?
Nothing. I mean, it's another game. I mean, they're still 4-3 at the top of the division still. So that's what Mike and them will focus on, and knowing Tomlin. I mean, he's going to be very direct with these guys. He's not going to pull any punches, and he's going to expect them to go to work and realize hey, we just let an opportunity go. We haven't played our best football, but we're still at the top of the division. So that's what Aaron's going to do. Aaron's going to go back and make corrections. Guys are going to be held accountable for nonsense. I did see on, I think it was Van Pelt's show or whatever, he was kind of doing the breakdown and listen to Aaron talk about the penalties they had late in the game. Those are those, lost opportunities, or those opportunity costs that you lose, and they'll go clean those up. But sometimes as a team, when you're not playing great, but you're still sitting at the top of the division and you still control your own destiny, it's nice to weather those and not have the complete disastrous outcome. I mean, I'm sure the Ravens right now would love to be sitting at 4-3.
I mean, they're still a favorite in the division, which is crazy. The Ravens.
That's ridiculous.
You think?
At 2-5, I mean, what are the statistics of making the playoffs at 2-5? It doesn't matter. Lamar's out. Lamar's a great player, but they had Lamar. How many games has he been out?
I mean, he could be back as soon as this week, but that's the
kind
of.
I'm saying
he
was what, 2-2? They were 2-2 with them.
Great question. I'm waiting for. I actually don't know.
Or they won. They only won one game with them because they just won yesterday. So they were 1-3 or 1-4. Which, my point is that there's other issues going on than just Lamar being gone, right? So your defense is leaking. I know they were having some turnover issues early in the game or earlier in the year. I mean, they're a fantastic team with all the potential, and they could rip off 10 straight. But the reality of that is slim. So you gotta like being up. If I'm the Steelers, I'm talking about, hey, we didn't play our best complementary football, and we're still 2 games up on our toughest rival in the division. Because the Bengals and the Browns are just going to shoot themselves in the foot and go nowhere.
They were 1-3 with Lamar, I'm told. But when I hear that, I mean, their defense looked much better. Their defense was really unhealthy and really not okay when Lamar was out there. So I guess that's the thought, that they'll figure it out, and the Steelers' defense won't. The Steelers' defense can't figure it out. the reputation, the whatever.
Yeah.
And what's annoying to me is like, you're talented. You have stars there. You have a great coach. They're the 30th total defense right now. They've allowed 30-plus points in 4 of their 7 games this year. What is the problem?
That's what you got to look at, right? You got to look at when are they good? Are they good only when they're up, right? So a lot of times when you have flashy defenses, you can be leaking. I look at us from 2009, we were in insanely good defense. 2010, we got exposed a little bit because we had some injuries. But then when your offense isn't putting up 30, 40 points a game or whatever it is, and now you actually have to go out and win those tough downs, and you have to be good down in, down out, and win those early downs and put opposing offenses behind the chains. That's where your fundamentals get broke down, right? So Pittsburgh's got stars, they got flash, they got guys that can get to the quarterback, they can do all that stuff, but can they do the little things to put themselves in that position? Is the offense playing complementary football to put them in that position? So that's what I would take a look at, and I'm sure Pittsburgh's self-scouting, seeing where they're deficient at. But typically when you got the ability or you have this allure of this great defense, it's usually because you play more often than not in advantageous situations, which is usually on your offense. So, they're going to have to tighten up when it counts, and they're going to have to get grimy and start putting people behind the chains.
I want to show you this sack. Micah was really great last night while you were watching Dakota Fanning in her amazing Oscar-winning performance. Let's look at this. He fights off 3 blockers at one point to sack Aaron, okay? From your legendary Hall of Fame pass rushing lens, what makes this sack so impressive?
I think so. He escapes the chip, right? And he just watch his feet. His feet never stop, right? Here we go. And he constantly, what people won't know at the top of that rush, he actually we call it triangulating. When you triangulate your man, right? He actually took the inside halfway of that tackle. So watch that tackle's head go bound. So when he goes forward like that, he put all that into the punch, and it's usually just moving your body that half shade over to create that. And then the guard has no chance once the guard might as well not have been there. But his ability to get through, tough starting situations. He's lined up head up on the tight end. They're going to try to do a little chip release. And then, understanding that tackle probably now is setting him over the top. And so he took him to the top of the rush. That tackle goes to set and punch, and he just slips him to the inside, and his feet never stop moving. And Aaron's not going to be running as fast as he used to back in the day, and there you go, you got a sack.
There you go, you got a sack, and they got themselves a loss, and now the Ravens are favored, but you don't believe that. You like the Steelers, it sounds like, in the North.
I can't say I've sat here and watched enough of the Steelers. I just know they have potential, right? I mean, you have weapons on offense. And I think you go back to, I heard what you were talking about Denver, and you're talking about all these teams. I mean, I think we're seeing a resurgence of how important the run game is.
Yeah.
You look at Philly, Saquon went off. They were struggling the last couple of games, and Saquon goes off, this week, and they look like the Philly that just won the world championship, right? I think the people are realizing you still have to run the football and throw to your tight ends. And if you get away from what football was like, base fundamental offense was, I mean, it doesn't. That's how you attack people. That's how you control the ball. That's how you keep the pressure off your quarterback. That's how you don't allow, defenses like the Steelers to be advantageous and send Watt and all your guys at you, right? So if I'm the Steelers, I'm getting back to seeing if we can run the football and then, play action down the field. Aaron is a heck of a play action quarterback. So sometimes you get a shiny toy like that with all these credentials and you want to overuse it. Go back to base fundamentals. So I just like the Steelers that they have a lead. And I just don't know that the Ravens, are going to win. They're going to have to win 2 extras. So they're going to have to win basically, 8 to 10 games to potentially take the division, where Pittsburgh just has to find a way probably to win 6 or 7.
Did you watch any football yesterday?
Yeah, I bounce around here and there. I caught a little bit.
Like?
I was hoping to watch that Dallas-Denver game, but I ended up getting stuck with the Titans Colts game.
No.
Ah, goodness, the Titans are bad.
But the Colts are so good. That's an exciting storyline.
It is, right? So there you go about coaching and opportunities. I think you're seeing, like, Daniel Jones was written off. He's no good. He can't do anything. And now he's in a system that works for him. And again, look at the run game. Jonathan Taylor's a monster. And when you control the game like that on offense, it makes playing defense a heck of a lot easier, right? Now you can take chances. You can do things to be successful in those early downs to get yourselves in advantageous rush situations. So, I think what Daniel Jones is doing, what the Colts are doing, I think it just highlights the importance of coaching, highlights the importance of the system. And, to be honest, I think you're going to start seeing more and more top picks be a little more picky where they go, because they're seeing all these top picks have success when they leave their original team. So, coaching matters, situation matters, and putting people in the right position to be successful.
Did you see Carly Irsay Gordon on the sideline yesterday? Ownership matters, like she was crushing.
Yeah, I didn't. No, I got a question about that one time. Like, you own the team, you do whatever you want. I think it's great when owners are involved like that. Like I said, I can remember Ziggy out there catching punts, right? I remember Lamar, no matter what. I mean, you could be he'd be all dressed up after his game. He had his blue blazer and his khakis on, but he'd come give you a big old hug, no matter how sweaty you are.
Did that matter to you?
100%. I think, because at the end of the day, it's a job, right? But you got to remember, we all come through the Pop Warner High School college system. College is a completely different, ball game now than it was when I was playing. But we used to play. It was all for the love of the game. It was about loyalty. That's what team sports was about, right? Sacrificing yourself for the next man, for your brother, for your teammate. So when you have an owner that shows that same kind of love and compassion for you, yeah, it's a business, but man, you go out there and you want to play extra. You want to win. And it brings back that core value of what team sports is about. It's about the championship, right? It's about the brothers you're playing with. And we know it changes all the time. But still, when you can get that feeling and it starts at the ownership level, that's a special organization.
So Mr. Irsay, also very dedicated, of course, wanted the wins, iconic character in the lore of the NFL. He passes away. His 3 daughters take over ownership. They were prepped for this, of course. This was all set into motion. This is not the first. Carly has been part of the team. When Mr. Irsay wasn't, she led this team over 10 years ago for a little bit in stints, and they've been preparing for this moment. And now you have the success of this squad. Carly, Kaylin, Casey, they have this big decision coming up. When you talked about the Colts, you right away went to Jonathan Taylor. I don't blame you. He looks amazing. But Daniel Jones, they have this decision to make now as people who run this organization, alongside Chris Ballard, who's going to have to make these decisions. They have to figure out, do I pay Daniel Jones? Do I give him the long-term deal? Do you agree? Do you think they should give DJ an extension?
Yeah, I mean, you have to, right? You're not going to find anything, anybody that's playing better right now. So what is your option? You're going to go roll the dice on, hopefully your coach can take another person, because he's going to get paid, right? He's going to go somewhere. If you don't pay him, someone's going to pay him, because that's what the league does. It reacts based off your last season. And, another coach and another organization is hoping that, he's fixed. But if you go out and get him, he performs this well in your system, why wouldn't you keep him? And then I'd make sure his quarterback coach and his head coach would stay in place with him as long as those contracts would be stitched together. So yeah, I think you absolutely got to pay him, because the quarterback position is so important in this league.